Well, some interesting things are happening in the news lately, and, well, let's take a look at it. Trump is possibly going to change the drug scheduling for marijuana. It makes sense if you know Trump. And, well, let's take a look at his exact words and see what we think about it here. Hold on. And there we go.
That the administration is going to reclassify marijuana. Would that send mixed messages that if marijuana is okay, some drugs are okay, but we're trying to clean up crime? How do they go hand in hand?
We're only looking at that. That's early, but somebody reported it, which is fine. We're looking at it. Some people like it. Some people hate it. Some people hate the whole concept of marijuana because if it does bad for the children, it does bad for people that are older than children. But we're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination over the next few weeks. And that determination hopefully will be the right one. It's a very complicated subject, the subject of marijuana. I've heard great things having to do with medical, and I've had bad things having to do with just about everything else. But medical and, for pain and various things, I've heard some pretty good things, but for other things, I've heard some pretty bad things. The other part of your question, I mean, we're just going to see what happens with it all. We're going to have a tremendous success in what we're doing.
Okay, so this is from the New York Post, obviously. And basically, what Trump is answering, this was a kind of question and answer thing on crime. And what the reporter is asking is whether this sends a mixed message by saying, well, we don't really care too much about, marijuana, but, you care so much about these other drugs. What does reclassification mean? See, Trump's talking about medical use here, and he's talking about how it's not good for other things, and he's probably right. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying I'm not for marijuana or against it. That's something that is not up to me to decide. If someone was to ask me whether it should be legal, I'd say yes, but I'm not a person that decides that other than a single vote. So, what is rescheduling the drug mean? Well, right now, this is the DEA's website. A Schedule 1 drug is a substance or chemical defined as drugs with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. They even list marijuana, cannabis, as one of the sample drugs that they monitor and control under Schedule 1 control. I can't believe Vatican is a Schedule 2. You think that would be a Schedule 1, but I guess technically Schedule 1 means since they have no accepted medical use, then, I guess that means Vatican is number 2 because it is prescribed by doctors, so okay. This is what they want to move it to. A Schedule 3 drug, right down here. A Schedule 3 drug are substances or chemicals defined as drugs with moderate to low potential for physical and psychological dependence. Schedule 3 drugs abuse potential is less than Schedule 1 and 2 drugs, but more than Schedule 4. Some examples of Schedule 3 drugs are products containing less than 90 milligrams of codeine per dose, ketamine, anabolic steroids, testosterone, things like that. And then you go down the list, you go to Ambien, Valium on Schedule 4, Schedule 5, Lamatil? I've never even heard of that. Sorry. I have never heard of any of these on Schedule 5. I guess I'm not hip with the young lingo these days. So basically here, Trump is being asked whether he's going to do anything about this. And if I know Trump, he's going to move it to Schedule 3. That's my guess. If I had to put my thumb on it and say this is what Trump's going to do for sure, this is what he's going to do. Of course, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but this is what he's going to do. He's going to move to Schedule 3 and change the whole world. To say that marijuana has no medical use at all, I would be surprised that'd be true. I'm not a doctor, so hey, I'm just some guy on the internet. But I have heard plenty of people say that they've gotten marijuana in other states prescribed by a doctor, and it helped them. Now, whether that's true or they just make it an excuse to get some weed, I don't know. But there are plenty of people who claim this helps them. Does it really help them? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I would say it's worth doctors and companies researching. From what I can gather, it is very difficult to get research done on marijuana as a in the United States. You can't do like medical research very easily on marijuana, which is weird because I mean, just about everybody you know knows somebody who's illegally doing it, not for medical reasons. Now, Bill Maher had an interesting reaction to this, and I think we should kind of listen to it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. This is from Real Time with Bill Maher on YouTube.
Finally, new rule. I told you so. I've been telling Democrats for years the Republicans are going to steal pot from you as an issue, and now Trump says...
We're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination.
What'd you expect? He is the master at winning votes from small groups who are passionate about one issue.
He's so right. So, for a long, long time, marijuana has been a liberal Democrat issue. They've been the ones saying legalize, legalize. And now all of a sudden Trump's like, maybe it's legal for medical. If Trump successfully does this, will a lot change? Not immediately. It still would be technically illegal for recreational use, and generally, from what I understand, federal law has not prosecuted a whole lot of people for possession, so that wouldn't really change. It'd still be illegal for possession, but it's not like the FBI is out there arresting people for it all the time. They're usually looking for dealers and things like that. But once they move it to this, you'd probably have the IRS go after you more than the FBI would, which is, well, I'm not sure if that's better or worse. But let's keep going. Bill Maher has a few more things to say here, and I think they're really interesting.
Picking up a couple percent here, a couple there, until on election night it's YMCA.
That was a pretty good joke. Bill Maher has always been kind of, he comes across, and this is actually one of the first times I've seen Bill Maher on an issue that happened in the last few days. No offense to Bill Maher, but this is like, you're on top of it this time. At least you're like responding to stuff that's happening right now. I don't think it's his fault necessarily. I know I watch a lot of Tim Pool, and he kind of gets on Bill Maher for being late to the party, basically. Is it his fault? Yes, but, your producers hand you half this stuff, so maybe he just has a bunch of lazy producers. We don't know. But this one, he seems on top of it. Let's keep going here.
While Democrats offer up high-minded intangibles like equity and saving the soul of America, Trump says, hey, waitress, how'd you like to pay no tax on those tips?
Trump was first to say that, and then Democrats jumped on it and said, yeah, we're taking that too. That's sad. Trump basically says, end to tax on poor people who live off the generosity of others. And Democrats are like, why didn't we think of that? And that's basically what he's probably about to say.
Remember that? And everybody was like, why didn't we think of that?
Oh, yeah, see?
Las Vegas is a town where everybody gets tips, so maybe that's why Trump was the first Republican to win Nevada in 20 years. You know by how much? 50.59%.
Is that true? I'm curious. Hold on. I have to know. Did Trump win it by that much? I don't think he did. Nevada 2024. Presidential race. And... okay, he worded that incorrectly. He won the state with 50.59% of the vote. The way he says that means it makes it seem like he won by increasing his vote was 50% more than Kamala Harris. That's not the case. According to silverstateelection.nv.gov, he won 50.59%. Kamala Harris won 47.49%. And even if you add in third parties, Kamala still wouldn't have won. Would have been closer. He won by about 50,000 votes, which is that's a lot. That is quite a lot. And he lost Clark County, which I believe is where Vegas is. So he probably improved that number, but that is not a 51%. It is not a 50% increase. It's a 50% 50% win, as in he won 50% of the state, just barely over.
Napalm in the morning smells like victory. He did it with the tips. He got the TikTok vote. He got the people for whom toilets are very important vote.
I don't get that one.
He got the enough of taking our shoes off at the airport vote, the crypto bro vote, the tech bro vote, the bro vote. He got rappers and kale eaters.
Trump really did expand the voting base. For a long time, I'm not even watching it. For a long time, Republicans have been the boring, old people, you can't play video games because it's bad people. And now with Trump, he's like, we care about every single issue. And he's actually doing something. I didn't vote for Bush. I voted for McCain. I wasn't old enough for Bush. But I remember when Bush campaigned. And they'd make all these promises, and the Democrats too, that they'd fix everything and do all these things, and nothing ever happened. And they'd always have a good out. Well, Congress wouldn't approve it. I couldn't get it done. Trump doesn't always use Congress to pass all these things. He just makes an executive order. Sometimes he makes an executive order, and it may not even be legal, but he does it anyway just to see what happens. And then a court tells him whether it's legal. That is the kind of leadership you kind of need sometimes. Trump really has changed the political landscape, and I think everyone on the next election for 2028, they're going to seek either Trump's approval or they're going to say, I'm the most like Trump. And that's going to be a hard act to follow. J.D. Vance so far is the only one I know who probably can do it. I like DeSantis in Florida, but boy, he ran a bad campaign last year. So I don't know if he's going to make it, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, Bobby Kennedy will never be president, but his Make America Healthy Again people, oh, that's another, 4% he picked off, and they're ride or die. Choosy yoga moms choose.
So that, I know a lot of people who really loved Kennedy, and that was most of the reason they voted for Trump. They weren't even going to vote this election, but since Trump made him that, they ended up voting for him. And not only that, Trump lived up to his promise of making him health secretary. He did everything he could to put him into place and say, hey, I can't literally put you there because I have to have Congress vote on you, but I'm gonna do everything I can to get you there. And he did. He forced everybody's hand and made it happen. He is a man who delivers on his promises. Whether you agree with his promises or not, you can't say that when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do that thing.
There's natural sugar in soda, not corn syrup. And they want vaccines to be their choice, and they think your breakfast cereal shouldn't glow in the dark. It might sound like snake oil to you, but remember, Bobby Kennedy actually cooks with snake oil.
That's funny. All right. So that is basically all. I'm not going to watch Bill Maher's whole video. It's you can check his channel out, Real Time with Bill Maher, by HBO, of course. I love HBO, actually. So anyway, basically that's what he's saying. Trump delivers on his promises and finds a way to get people who vote for him based on a single issue. For some people, it was marijuana. I just want to, find out whether this can help me with my disease. And the medical people who voted for Kennedy, I know a lot of them, they're usually pretty pro-weed. I'm not really sure why. I'm never going to be like pro-weed, or I'm not going to smoke it. That's not my thing. I don't think it's healthy, but that's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. So anyway, what do you guys think? Is Trump ahead of the curve on this? Is Schedule 3 enough? Should it just be plain legal for recreation altogether? What do you think's going to happen? Do you think he's not going to do this? Do you think he's just going to wait a few weeks and him drop it and forget about it and never come across it again till the next election? Time will tell. I think Trump, when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And I know that sounds like I'm a diehard Trump fan, and you could probably tell I do like Trump a lot, but he's not without his flaws, but I don't think this is one of them. He loves being loved so much, he'll do whatever it takes to stay in people's good graces, particularly the people who like him. He used to try and get on everybody's good side, but I don't think he tries to get on the Democrats' good side anymore. I think he gave up. And that's kind of sad, because the Democrats could probably get a few things done that way. Cozy up to Trump and say, we'll love you if you do this. Hey, fix healthcare. Actually, I think he kind of did more on healthcare than people give him credit for, but that's another video. Anyway, have a blessed day, everybody, and we'll see you next time.